everyone. Today we are going to discuss the topic is time series analysis. Okay, time series analysis in the subject of quantitative techniques. So first of all, we should know what is the meaning of time series, how they are using this time series, where they are applying this, especially time series data. Okay, so what is the meaning? So in the name itself, there is a time. Time means time series. Okay, so time series means we can collect the data throughout the year. For example, a series of observations on a particular variable, recorded during the after a successive intervals. So here time series means a series of observation on a variable recorded after a successive intervals. Okay, or else we can say data can be collected throughout the year. So here series of observation on a variable. For example, we'll take one example. Variable is sales. I wanted to know the sales is a variable. I wanted to know what is the 10 years sales of the particular company. For example, Infosys. What is the Infosys turnover? It is otherwise known as sales. I wanted to know what is the 10 years sales of the company. Okay, so one variable, this is a series of observations. Okay, so we can collect the data of one variable throughout the year is called time series. Okay, this is one example I have given. Similarly, I have taken many examples. For example, share price. If you wanted to know the share price of TCS company last 10 years. Okay, so that is also comes under time series analysis. The another example also you can give GDP. GDP, what is the GDP? Gross domestic product. It is one of the important indicators for the economy. So if you wanted to know what is the GDP for last 10 years, 15 years, so that is also comes under time series. Okay, so why we are using this, where they are using a time series means time series they are applying for many economics and the financial research. So many researchers in the area of finance and economics, they are using this time series. Okay, time series data. Okay, so now again I am repeating, time series means data can be collected throughout the year. So I have given only one example. There are n number of example is there, n number of data is there, especially for time series. I told you sales, share price of the company, Sensex, Nifty, stock market data, GDP, index of industrial production, exchange rate, interest rate. So all the data, even the population of India, all those things comes under time series data. Now what we are going to use, what we are going to do with this time series data. Okay, you can do n number of analysis. Before do this analysis part everything, we'll discuss time series. What is the objectives of time series? What is the purpose of doing this time series? I told you time series, many economics and many researchers in the area of economics and finance, they are using time series data. It is a past data, that's all. Okay, we are not going to collect any fresh data. It is already happened, available data in the website itself. Okay, the first objective is to study the past behavior of data. So here the first objective is past behavior of data, because I have taken last 10 years data of company share price, I have taken the last 10 years of sales of the particular company. So you wanted to know what is the past behavior, whether it is the sales is increasing or increased or decreased. Okay, whether the share price is increased or decreased or remain constant. So that we can identify through this time series. That is the first objective. Through the time series data, we can identify the past behavior of the data. Behavior in the sense whether it is increased or decreased or remain constant. The second one is to make forecast for future. Okay, so by using the past data, we can predict or estimate or forecast the sales for the next 2 years, or what will be the share price of the next 2 days or 3 days. That we can do by using the time series data. Okay, so there are two objectives is very important of time series data. One is the past behavior. Then by using the past behavior of data, we can forecast or estimate or expect for the sales of the next 2 years or 3 years, like that. Okay, you can apply for any time series data. Okay, this is the objectives. Okay, the next one is very important, components of time series data. See, I am talking about only the time series, all those things. I am not start about the analysis. Analysis we will discuss later. This one, components of time series data. There are 4 components of time series data. One is trend. The second one is cyclical data. The third one is seasonal. The last one is irregular. This is very important in this chapter, irregular. So what is the meaning? Irregular. So components of time series means there are 4 components of time series data: trend, cyclical, seasonal and irregular. Okay, so if you take any time series data, any one component contains the 4 components should be there in the time series data. Any one, not only 4, it is not necessary to be there the 4 components in the time series data. Any one component should be there in the time series data. So when we talk about the trend, first one is a trend in the time series data. Means trend we can measure in 2 types. One is either uptrend or downtrend. Either uptrend or downtrend. For example, if you take the share price of the TCS last 5 years, for example 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, the share price either may be uptrend or it may be like this. Okay, uptrend, downtrend. Okay, so this is the example of uptrend and downtrend. So if the time series data contains a trend, then it is called trend in the time series data. Okay, so time series trend means either uptrend or downtrend in the data. You can see in the GDP also, last 10 years GDP, whether it is increased or decreased, that is trend. Okay, what is the next one? Cyclical. Cyclical will apply in many businesses. For example, boom and depression. Okay, during the boom period, the sales of the company will be peak. Okay, during the depression period, it will come down the sales. Okay, so this is also contains in the time series cyclical. So the cyclical where will apply many business or industries or any manufacturing or trading concern, it will happen, that cyclical. Okay, the third one, seasonal. Seasonal means during the festival time, if you take the textile industry, during the festival season, Diwali or Pongal festival, so the sales of the textile industries, the textile stores will be very high. So in that situations, during the seasonal time, the sales of the particular retail stores or any textile industry will be very high. In apart from the seasonal festival, the sales of the textile industry will be coming down. Okay, so during the seasonal, the movement of the data will be vary. Okay, the fourth one is irregular. Irregular is the 4th component of time series. If you look at even the today also, many businesses are facing because of the corona, because it is a irregular. Okay, so because of the corona, our economy is going, economic still is going down. Even the stock market also is every day it's coming down only. So that is a irregular. Even for example, some natural calamities, tsunami, earthquake, or this square and also will impact on our economy or stock market. Okay, so that kind of data is called irregular. Okay, so any uncertainty happens, that is called irregular. Okay, so it's not similar to the regular movement of the data. It is a irregular means uncertainty. So if you take any time series data, any one component should be there: trend, cyclical and seasonal and irregular. So here we have discussed 4 components of time series, that we can write it in the equation also. Y means it's a forecast data. Y equal trend plus cyclical plus seasonal plus what is the last one? Irregular. Okay, this is called equation for what is the time series, components of time series. This is otherwise known as additive model, addition model. Or you can do this time series by using multiplication also. T plus T multiply cyclical multiply what is the S, seasonal multiply irregularity. This is called multiplication model, multiplicative model. So why I am telling this is the additive and multiplicative model. You can forecast the data by using this 4 components. Okay, that is we are going to discuss manually how to do the time series analysis. Okay, this is 4 components of time series: additive model and multiplicative model. The next one is what are the measures. The first one what we are going to talk is trend. We are going to talk about we are going to discuss in detail about what is a trend, cycle, seasonal and irregularities. First what we are going to talk about is trend. Trend, I told you, trend you can measure in terms of whether it is an increase or decrease or remain constant. Okay, so the trend first one, under the trend, what are the methods? This is very important. What are the methods to measure what are the methods to measuring the trend in the data? Okay, so if you take any data, for example GDP, sales, share price or stock market data, what are the measures we have to find out the trend in the data? Okay, trend in the sense upward or downward. So what are the methods? What are the methods we have to find out the trend in the data? The first one is freehand curves method. The first one is freehand, FREEHEND, freehand curves method. The second one is method of moving average. The third one is method of least square. Okay, so now what is that? Freehand curves method, method of moving average, method of least square. What is a freehand curves method means? This is, we are going to, why we are using this freehand curves method is, we are going to identify the trend by using graphical representation. We are using this method to find out the trend through graphical representation. So I told you, if you look at the last 10 years sales of the company, you can find out the trend through graphical representation by using this freehand curves method. Again I am repeating, this method will be useful to find out the trend through graphical representation. That we'll discuss later. Then what is the next one? Method of moving average. We'll discuss later this also. The third one is method of least square. Okay, so this, I think these are all the methods we have to find out the trend in the data.